Do people in churches know that their personal information is being gathered to use in political campaigns for the Republicans and the right?
No. The churches that were actually, doing a good job in the past, those churches don't necessarily realise that effectively those church leaders in some of those smaller churches are also being exploited.
If you have a defence-grade system, a weapon system of influence, what it is looking for is the weaknesses in people. Influence is only really necessary on the battlefield to either break the will of the enemy or to bring together the will of the people who are uncommitted that you want to make committed to your cause.
Every preacher we've talked to, every pastor we've talked to, I'm not even sure that they have an inkling of what's going on here in terms of what's happening with the data and the way it's speeding up the chain.
What do you think the congregation would say if they realised that potentially a defence-grade system of recognition of their neurosis to radicalise them in a certain way that is befitting of a political party? That is something like out of George Orwell. Where's the regulation? Where's the rules?
What the strategists have done in this movement is say, all right, we don't have to win the general election. That's not the way our system works. You win the Electoral College. How do you do that? You go after the swing states. 18 million people scattered across 4 to 6 states. We know where they are. So which ones are in churches? Now we download the church directories with the support of the pastors enlisted in this movement, between 70 and 80,000 in the United States. We will then compare the directories with who's registered. Then we will decide which of these voters we want to activate. We want to discourage the others from the same congregation, right? But on the face of it, what the parishioners see is, you're an American, go vote. We're going to give you a voter guide that strongly suggests how to vote.
Whoever was financing Brexit or whoever was financing Trump, they certainly want their pound of flesh at the end of it. People don't put millions, tens of millions into a campaign unless they think they're going to get a return on their investment. I can say that for sure.
The ultimate position to be in a state of war is when your adversary has no idea that they're in a war. The stakes are that high, and in fact, these systems of civil society that we've worked so very, very hard to build, they can crumble and disappear.
We continue to offer up our children as living sacrifices to the Moloch of government schools. A lot of effort's been wasted on school reform. Government schools are no more reformable than Soviet collective farms.
This movement is attacking a lot of the institutions that taxpayers have formed to care for people, like the Affordable Care Act, like public education. And then when they are defunded and start to wobble, they say, see, they're failing. Come see our parallel universe, see our fundamentalist schools, see our so-called Christian collective health care entities. So they're trying to set up institutions that address all of these needs and make people dependent on their entire superstructure. I feel that Americans have gotten lazy about democracy. If people say, oh, why don't they do something? And I say, who do you think they is?